Guys, huge news in the chess world. Magnus Carlsen doesn't want to play Hans Niemann because he thinks he's cheating. He didn't say that, but when he did, he got sued. So I don't think he's going to say anything about it, but he's ducking him in all these chess games. He got like three opportunities to play him, and he didn't play him in any, and he made Nepo play against him, and Jan Nepomniachtchi had to play 3 games against Hans Niemann. He lost one, won 2. Hans Niemann he's a very good player, so there's obviously a chance to lose for Magnus, and if he does lose, it looks worse than if he wins all of them. Like, say he wins all 3, who cares? It's Magnus winning games. It happens all the time. But if he loses one, Hans is the best player, and he just beat the best player of all time. So I'm just going to go over a random game between Hans Niemann and Hikaru Nakamura that was played recently. I believe this is online because they are very high rated. We have e4 by Hikaru, and we have a Sicilian and d6 played by Hans. I hate playing against this when I'm playing white and they're playing black because it's just a stupid opening to play against. He plays knight f6, and Hikaru plays bishop to d3, which is a very weird move defending this pawn because you're stopping this pawn. So I'd rather play something like queen here, or I don't even know what I'd want to play here. Maybe pawn forwards, but I don't push this pawn here. I normally just put my knight out to defend it. But he plays bishop there, and Hans Niemann just plays his bishop out too. Hikaru castles, and Hans Niemann puts his bishop on c6, eyeing on this square. Now he has 2 attackers and there's only 1 defender, so the rook slides over to defend the pawn, and we have developing the knight by Hans Niemann, and Hikaru drops his bishop back so he can push his pawn forwards. He's still defending this pawn with his bishop, and nothing really happens, just e6, and now we have d4 striking in the center with the pawn, and bishop to e7 now, allowing black to castle, and it's the best move of the position. We have e5 now, attacking the knight, pawn takes, and knight jumps onto d5, and Hikaru just develops his knight onto d2. We have queen going to c7 now by Hans Niemann, and Hikaru just reroutes his knight to the back of the board. We have h5, h4, and castles long by Hans Niemann. I was not expecting this. I was expecting him to go the other way, but it makes sense after he played h5. We have queen going to e2 and king sliding over, so this pawn isn't vulnerable anymore. And we have a3 and knight dropping back to b6. Bishop goes to b4. Sorry, that's f4. Bishop takes the knight, queen takes back, and bishop takes on bishop takes on h4. We have knight going to d2 and pawn going to g5, attacking the bishop. The bishop drops back and the pawn keeps on going forwards. Hans Niemann has a pretty good advantage here. It's like a point and a half almost. We have queen dropping back to e2, bishop drops back, pawn goes forwards to c4, the rook slides over, and Hans Niemann is doing better than Hikaru, has both these rooks sliding up, and it looks like he has a good initiative now. Knight jumps into e4, and Hikaru is not doing the best. He's about a point and a half now, and he's trying to defend, but you can't really defend against this. And now Hans Niemann makes not the best move. Hikaru jumps in with his knight. We have pawn forwards, not en passant. I can't believe it. 600s are going crazy everywhere. We have rook to d1, pawn takes, and queen goes to c6, adding some more pressure on this square with the rook. If Hikaru were to play something like queen going here, it would be checkmate. So we have king jumping to h2 and bishop going to d6. This is a crazy move. Oh no, he took a piece. But rook takes back and queen drops back, and there's no more attack. Hans Niemann does not have attack anymore. Queen going back was the wrong move. He shouldn't have went there. And now we have rook taking e6, and king just goes to the corner, and Hikaru's in a way better position. He takes his pawn, the queen comes over, but he has no attack anymore. He drops the bishop back, knight goes to c4, rook slides over. Not the best move, but Hans Niemann doesn't find the correct idea. We have queen sliding over, knight going to b6, pawn forwards attacking the knight jumps on the side, queen jumps in, and he dropped his advantage. It's completely equal here. He drops his king back, and now Hans Niemann is doing a little bit better until he makes that mistake. Queen drops back. The rook is defended by the queen, so he cannot just take it. The knight drops back, and this tactic is pretty good. Rook takes f8, It's the best move in the position. He finds it, rook takes back, and queen takes c5. We have rook f1 check, bishop dropping back, defending, and knight dropping back to c7, attacking the rook. Rook slides over. We have rook takes, pawn takes, queen takes, and now queen drops back for Hikaru, and this is a pretty cleanly winning endgame here. It's still obviously very hard, but it is Hikaru, so he is very good at the game. We have all the pieces just moving around, and these pieces get pinned, so he has to trade one of them off. We have queen sliding to d2, and the knight drops back. We have queen going to d4, and now the advantage has just been gaining up to almost +4. The king slides over, queen jumps in, check, king over, bishop goes to h2, lining on this diagonal now, and we have queen trying to trade off. Hikaru says no way and plays here instead, and it's game over. Mate in 25. Try to find it. Just kidding. It's a very long variation. You have to block and then, like, I don't know. But you have to sacrifice the knight, and it would be game over. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.